I already have enough of problems being a loot ninja on like vanilla. I don't need to torture myself. This has nothing to do with Tainted Grail. Nope. The only thing they share is the fact that you can go third person or first person, and the fact that they are open world RPGs. That's it. There is nothing about Skyrim and Tainted Grail, and nothing Tainted Grail and Skyrim.
I never thought they would actually let me join the companions. But now it looks like they're letting anyone.
Welcome to our home.
Mother, what's the meaning of this? Who have you brought into our home?
Averstein, put that down. He's here to help us find Thorold.
How do we know he's not spying for the Battleborn? This was foolish. We can't trust anyone. Who knows what they'll do if they find me here.
I can't take any more of this. No weapons, please.
Yeah, this is related to that side. So I came in here to talk to the old man,
right,
and then
Mother.
we have this because
So,
I
you're here to help?
started this quest the other day.
What can I do for you?
What can I do?
I know that Thorold's not
Yeah, play
dead.
both.
I just know it. The Imperials have
Yeah,
him,
definitely
and
play
are keeping
both.
him somewhere, but I don't know where. Those damned Battleborns. They know something.
Alright, I already know
There's
this
gotta be
quest, so I'm going to
something
skip through this
I don't
dialogue.
dare
'Cause we already
leave the
did
house
this quest
myself,
before on the other character.
so I need your anything that confirms that they'd be hiding. But you might be able to butter them up enough to lower their guard.
You're back.
Yeah, the major difference between those two games would be the fact that Skyrim is a AAA game with a AAA budget, and Tainted Grail was made by a team of like far fewer people with far less money, and so there's some noticeable
You're back.
indie aspects to the game compared to Skyrim.
Thank you. Your shield siblings have withdrawn to the Underforge. I think they're waiting for you.
Alright, sweet circle.
I ain't much for talking.
Well, I ain't much for talking neither. It's a good thing we ain't gotta talk to each other. Just point and grunt. Ugh.
It's a shame, isn't it?
I love lamp.
Had one wish before he died. He didn't get it. It's as simple as that.
Being Moonborn is not so much of a curse as you might think, Vilkas.
That's fine for you. But he wanted to be clean. He wanted to meet Iskramor and know the glories of Sovngarde. But all that was taken from him.
And you avenged him.
Godlack did not care for vengeance.
No, Farkas, he didn't. And that's not what this is about. We should be honoring Godlack, no matter our own thoughts on the blood.
You're right. It's what he wanted, and he deserved to have it.
Godlack used to speak of a way to cleanse his soul, even in death. You know the legends of the tomb of Iskramor.
There, the souls of the Harbingers will heed the call of Northern Steel. We can't even enter the tomb without Wuthrad, and it's in pieces like it has been for 1,000 years.
And dragons were just stories, and the elves once ruled Skyrim. Just because something is, doesn't mean it must be. The blade is a weapon, a tool. Tools are meant to be broken and repaired.
Is that... Did you repair the blade?
This is the first time I've had all the pieces, thanks to our shield brother here. The flames of Hero can reforge
Is
the
that a
shadow.
giant axe?
The flames of Kodlak shall fuel the rebirth of Wuthrad.
I'm glad I went
And
two-handed
now it will take
axe.
you to meet him once more. As the one who bore the fragments, I think you should be the one to carry Wuthrad into battle.
Fuck
The rest
yeah!
of you, prepare to journey to the tomb of Ysgramor for Kodlak.
Is that always a two-handed? Wait. Oh, hang on. Where'd it go? Is it always a two-handed axe, or did I just get... Or is it choose based on what your primary weapon is? If it's always a two-handed axe, I feel really, like, lucky. I'm glad that I went two-handed barbarian mode, because this is just, like, it feels very apt. It was meant to be. I was destined to wield this two-handed beast of a weapon. I have played all of the Assassin's Creed games other than 2 of them, and I've loved every single one I've played. There is no distinction between new Assassin's Creed games and older Assassin's Creed games. If you like Assassin's Creed games, you love all of them. If you don't love all of them, that's okay, but you don't have the right to complain that any of them are worse or that they are trash or garbage. So if you are an Assassin's Creed fan, you just like the games. You've played them all. They all have pros and cons. They all do different things. I prefer the combat system in the most recent game, Shadows. I think it was awesome, all the ways you could fight. But I do prefer Odyssey for the story because I prefer Greek mythology. Valhalla was also an awesome game. And of course the original trilogy was fun for its own reasons. There, that's the short version. It's always a two-handed axe, says Dribram. Okay, perfect. Well then I feel like this was meant to be. I was destined to play a two-handed warrior Nord. We are going way up here. I don't give a shit about split protagonist storylines. I thought it was awesome. Do more. Don't do more. I don't care. I play the games that the developers create, and I enjoy those games because I am nothing more than an audience member. I am a consumer. I don't have the right to dictate what a company should do. I respect the creative vision of the game director and writers, just like I respect the vision of the director of a film, or the showrunner of a TV show, or the author of a book. I have no rights to make any demands. I have no rights to claim that something is or isn't meant to be. I have no right to say that something should or should be done, should or shouldn't be done. I only have the right to choose whether or not I'm going to participate in the vision that has been laid out before me. To buy or not to buy, that is the question. I make no demands on anybody who has created something, because as a creator myself, I respect the creative vision of directors and writers. I don't say that I know better. I don't claim that I know better, because I don't. It's not my IP. I'm not the creator. But I know better. They suck. They should have done this instead. No. Nope. Not how it works. You don't have to use the menus for fast travel if you don't want to, Felix Doonrider. That is a mythology that people have spread. There are so few moments. That's the cool thing about Starfield. Like, you can choose to play that game however you want. It's up to you if you use the menus for everything. You don't have to use the menus for everything. Especially when it relates to fast travel. You can always choose not to use the menus. You don't have to. You can fly to every planet without the use of a menu. You can do it all through the scanner, 100%. You don't ever have to fast travel or use menus if you don't want to. Oh, but I have to use a menu every time that I want to get a potion or change a weapon or... What the fuck is this? Right here. No one ever bitches about Skyrim as an example. Skyrim is a menu hot space. Like, that's all you do is menus in this game. And not a single person bitches. And when you bring that up, you know what they say? Well, Skyrim's a 15-year-old game, so Bethesda needs to do better. Fuck off. If you weren't complaining about this 15 years ago, you shouldn't be complaining about it right now. End of story. Like, you're a hypocrite if you complain about one game but not another. And then your excuse is, well, it's 15 years ago. They should do better. nah, man, it's the DNA of Bethesda. It's how their games work. Like, you're always going to need to use a menu to get to your food, right? You can favorite your food, which is the exact same thing you can do in Starfield. We're about to get attacked by a dragon. Geronimo! What kind of dragon are you? Oh, you little shit! Well, while we're leveling up. Ooh, can I finally do the next tier of heavy armor? I can. I don't care about unarmed attacks. Come on, dragon, where you at? Get down here. I forgot I have a shout I'm supposed to use, I think. Alright, he does not want to land, which is really annoying. Thank you. Oh! Oh! No! It's my first dragon kill with this character. Outside of the quest one. Anytime you want to use a map in Skyrim, gotta open up a menu. Anytime you want to see your quest journal, gotta open up a menu. Anytime you want to use the magic system, gotta open up a menu. Anytime you want to see the skill system, gotta open up a menu. Stop bitching about menus and things in Starfield when they exist in Skyrim, unless you're going to criticize this game. You must criticize this game if you are also going to criticize Starfield for having these things. But it's 15 years old. I'm going to forgive them. No, not the way it works. If you weren't bitching about this 15 years ago, then you have no right to bitch about it now. That's not how this works. Anyway. Yeah, but you don't have to fast travel from planet to planet. Didn't you ever travel using the scanning system? Like, you can literally sit down in your cockpit, hit the scanner, and it opens up the menu, and you can see all the planets and destinations that you can go to. And you can align your ship with that destination, and you can choose that destination, and then travel to that destination, to that system. And then you're in that system, bring up the scanner, pick the planets that you want to go to, and you will then travel to that planet. Not once do you ever have to use a menu or fast travel at all. It's an optional thing to open up the menu and go to the star map. It's completely optional. Now, supposedly they are changing or making changes to how that whole system works in this rumored 2.0, but this still hasn't been confirmed. It's highly likely, but not confirmed. But yeah, that's a... It sounds like you might have never used the scanner to travel. Yeah, it's literally, it's the same button. Well, at least for me, it's the LB, whatever. Which, like, if you're on a planet, that's what brings up the resource scanner. If you're in your cockpit, it brings up the planet scanner, and you can literally just navigate your ship in the direction of the planet you want to go to. It'll show up on the center, you click it, hit X to travel, and now you're traveling to that planet, and you never once have to go into a menu. And that is no different than Elite Dangerous or Star Citizen or any other flight simulator where you pick a destination and warp to that destination. No Man's Sky, warp to the destination. That's exactly what you're doing. And you can do it all from the cockpit. You know what? Just because I want to, and it's a good clippable moment. Alright, we have saved our game. Hang on. You can use free in the cockpit? No, but there are like alternate controls that you can use. I gotta go to a specific save here so that I make sure I get to a save where I have, because on the game that I was just playing the other day, I'm too early in the game, so I can't use my ship. So give me a second here. We're gonna go to my save file. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. And this will get clipped out on YouTube. Best part about this game is the fact that your screenshots show up as loading screens. I love it. I gotta go to. Hang on, yeah, I don't care about that save file, so. It's not the exit save, because that's on a planet where I'm getting attacked. I want to do something that's not on Luton's Rock. Let's go to Jemison. Oh, I will 100%. I have no problems logging into Starfield. I fucking love this game. It's my favorite Bethesda game of all time. I have zero problems defending this game, logging into it, showing things off, because I get great traffic around the videos when I do, and it always pisses off the haters. And they come and they rage, and they give me all sorts of click revenue, and it's great. I make so much money off of angry idiots. How dare you talk positively about Starfield? Alright. Oh shit, something's getting attacked here. Can I ignore all of this and just go straight to my ship, please? I am going to attempt to do that really quick. Well, anyway. I may not be able to fast travel at the moment. Hang on, we're gonna load a different save. This one I'm under attack and I can't travel anywhere. I don't want to be stuck in combat. Now we'll be back to Skyrim in a minute. I'm doing this to prove a point. Is this gonna load me into a dungeon? Jesus, how many load saves do I have to go through before I find one where I'm on my ship? Okay, I'm on my ship. Okay, so let me timestamp this. 109. So the question was asked in terms of, using space travel, having to deal with menus and everything else. You don't have to if you don't want to. The way that the tutorial teaches you, we were discussing this yesterday when we did that, from scratch playthrough just for shits and giggles. The game's tutorial, the tutorial of this game teaches you to go here. And that you can then use this system map to travel. And this is one way to do it. And you'll have a lot of people who will be like, well, this just forces me to use menus, and there's too many menus, and it's only about fast travel, and blah, 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 blah. I want it to be like Elite Dangerous. I want it to be like Star Citizen. I want it to be like No Man's Sky. I don't want to do menus. I don't want to blah, 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 blah. So that's just one option. The other option is you sit down at your seat. Are we in space right now? Anyway, so this is your default, I'm piloting the ship around now. The scanner mode is what I was talking about. Notice that all of a sudden these planet names come up, and also the mining outposts and all this other stuff. So if you can scan around, now we're in a system right now, so we're only going to be able to see certain things. Now I have a quest that's tracked in Alpha Centauri, so that's showing up as a place I could warp to. But this is the exact same thing as every flight simulator, space simulator that people claim they want this game to be. You hit the scanner. Notice that I'm not using the scanner and it's gone, right? But now what I can do is I can go to the scanner and I can say, I want to travel to DePaula, and I'm going to move until I see DePaula. I'm going to click this, and now I'm going to go warp to that destination, which is the exact same thing that you do in Elite Dangerous, EVE Online, Star Citizen, No Man's Sky. I then warp to a destination, right? Who cares what the animation sequence is for warping to the destination? Every game does it differently, but there is always some type of loading screen and or transition of you going through a warp to that destination. It'll be different. There's different animations in Starfield for that sequence, just as there are different animations. And some games do it the same thing, like Star Citizen, it's the same thing every time. No Man's Sky, it's the same thing every time. You know what I mean? But here they have some variation on the animations. And then I dump in and it puts you back into the manual mode, which is the flight mode. But all you gotta do is bring up your scanner, pick a planet, travel to the planet. No menus. None whatsoever. There are no menus with this. You can travel to other star systems. So we're going to go over here and click on Alpha Centauri, which is where I have a mission, and it should spin up the grav drive this time. It might take a minute. There it goes. So now it's going to spin up the grav drive, and we get a different animation because we're warping to another system as opposed to just traveling from one planet to another.
Unregistered starship. We're detecting... Well, it's what we're not detecting that's an issue. What's powering that thing? You know what? Just hold...
Want to land on a planet?
The contraband check.
Wait for them to scan. Want to land on a planet? You don't have to use the menu.
Scan complete. Go ahead.
Open up the scanner. Now we have our planet, and we can see landing areas over here. So I can land at the science outpost, I can land on, or I can click somewhere on the planet and choose to land there if I want to, right? So again, you never have to use a menu or a fast travel ever if you don't want to. And so all of the people who claim that Starfield is nothing but menus and all this, you're full of shit. You've never played the game. You don't have to do this. You don't have to go to this menu, to go to this menu, to go to this menu, to then select. You don't have to do any of that if you don't want to. You can literally just open up your scanner. We're going to pick New Atlantis. In this case, that one might be locked behind, so it might be kind of tricky to pick that as a landing destination, it looks like. I don't want to pick it. Well, whatever. We'll have to open up the planet map to select that in its entirety. But to go to New Atlantis, we land, and now we land. So there may be a way to toggle through the tooltips. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. So there are lots of ways to play this game. Supposedly they are revamping that whole experience. So it remains to be seen what that's going to look like if the rumors are true. But as of right now, yeah, there are many ways to do space travel in Starfield. You don't have to use this the map, the star map if you don't have to. If you don't want to, excuse me. Anyway, that's the end of my TED Talk for the day. We're going to go back to Skyrim now. That'll get clipped out on YouTube. Thanks for joining the channel as a member, Lee Hansel. Yeah, Korean Gamer. It's very unfortunate, and the worst part about it is you have your traditional anti-Bethesda folks like, this is insane, and the other guy who lights a candle with Todd Howard's face on it, and those guys are out there claiming all of these things about the upcoming rumored 2.0, and all, yeah, people are just riding this high hopium for like in-atmosphere flight, manual landing, and manual takeoff, and it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe. It's better not to think those things are coming and be greatly surprised by them if they do, instead of believing that it's coming in the pipeline and then being disappointed when it might not be. So the way I look at it is, no matter what changes come down the pipeline, it's going to be a refinement of the existing systems. I will happily enjoy them, whatever they are, because I like Starfield and I like Bethesda, so I'm going to be content with whatever it is. In a perfect world, sure, it would be cool to have optional manual landing and takeoff for the people who want it. That'd be cool. But I think that it's also fundamental that we keep it the way it is for people like me who can't be bothered. I don't want to fucking land my ship, and I don't want to manually land and take off my ship. I love automatic landing. Like, automatic landing in No Man's Sky is the first thing I will build on any of my bases, is a landing platform. Give me that landing platform immediately, because as soon as I can fly down and see the green thing and it just automatically lands the ship, it's so superior to me. I hate the fact that I have to manually take off every single time and fly to the space station, blah, 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 blah. Just give me a fast travel button, please. I'm over it. After I've done it 20, 30 times, I'm fucking bored. I don't get any enjoyment out of manually taking off and landing my ship. None whatsoever. I am not a flight sim fanatic who's like, I gotta have the manual controls, otherwise it doesn't feel good. So, let that be an option, sure, but I just really hate when people make demands of a game and try to make it be something else. Like, they want Bethesda to change their Bethesda DNA to make a Mass Effect game or to make a Star Citizen. It's like, I don't want that. I don't want Bethesda to be a studio that makes games that feel like other games. I want Bethesda games to retain that Bethesda feel.
This is the resting place of Ysgramor and his most trusted generals. You should be cautious.
My entire Fallout 76 journey has been as a solo player, and I have many videos in the Fallout 76 playlist on YouTube talking about my journey as a single player. I will be finishing my adventures in Fallout 76 soon. I'm going to do one more quest line, which is the Ghoul quest line, and then once I have converted my character to a Ghoul, I will be done with Fallout 76 for the current playthrough. And we're up around 80 hours right now, so it'll probably be around 85 to 90 hours totality from the time we started in November to when we wrap up. I totally got sidetracked from Elder Scrolls Online by this game, so you can blame Skyrim for pulling me away from Elder Scrolls, because we were playing Elder Scrolls heavily throughout November into December, and then I started this right before Christmas, and I haven't been able to stop playing this. That ship that I was flying was the Guardian ship that you get after you go through the Unity. Why are you not coming?
Kodlak was right. I let vengeance rule my heart. I regret nothing of what we did at Driftshade. But I can't go any further with my mind fogged or my heart grieved.
Okay. Why do we need to be cautious?
The original companions. Their finest warriors rest with Ysgramor. You'll have to prove yourselves to them. It's not that you're intruding. I'd wager they've actually expected us. They just want
The
to
worst
be sure
part is like Star
you're
Citizen,
worthy.
where if you fuck up the
Be ready
landing,
for an
you fuck up
honorable
your
battle.
ship. And I hate that. I hate the fact that, like, if you're not good at manually taking off and landing in Star Citizen, you can lose your ship. That sucks ass. Like, I'm not a fan of that system at all. I think that there should be, shields should protect my ship when I'm landing and taking off. Like, I should not be able to blow up my ship.
Return Wuthra to Ysgramor.
That shit drives me nuts. Like, because that game is designed where if you're not playing with a flight stick, you're sort of playing at a disadvantage. And they've gotten better with like mouse control and everything else and controller control, but yeah. Oh, so you give up the axe to go in. Okay, so I don't get to keep that axe.
For Codlack.
Scaver. Korean Gamer says, imagine seeing the Starfield subreddit if they added in-atmo flight and landing, and then every thread would become, oh my god, I crashed my ship again, I hate Bethesda, herpaderpader. And then there's suddenly the bad guy again, even though they added player feedback. Oh, that's exactly what'll happen. The people who bitch about Starfield now will continue to bitch about Starfield until the day they die. They're never going to stop riding that hate train because they make way too much money off of it. It doesn't matter what Bethesda does. They've already decided in their minds that Bethesda Game Studios is no longer the game studio from before because X amount of people have left and so-and-so doesn't work for the company and had a bad experience, and they've used that to fuel their fire with cherry-picked data, and they are never going to stop thinking that Bethesda sucks as a company. They're never going to stop. It doesn't matter what they do, what feedback they integrate, they will always hate Bethesda, and they will always find reasons to rant about Bethesda because that's what makes money. And also, it's the only thing they know. Their lives are so full of anger. The only thing they know how to do is spew vitriol. They don't have enjoyment in anything they do. They live unfulfilling lives. It's really happy to be, it's really easy excuse to be happy playing video games. Because these are they were made to be enjoyed. Like when we were kids, nobody gave a shit about 30 frames versus 60 frames. We didn't care about that when we were 6 years old.
I can't go any further, Shield.
It was like, I'm logging into a video game and I get to do this thing and this is fucking awesome. Like,
ever since Dustman's cairn,
if you have let that child die and you've lost your sense of wonder,
this one is mine.
That sucks to me.
I'm not proud, but I will stay back with Vilkas. Give my regards to Ysgramor.
And you'll have people criticize me and say things like, you just love to consume slop, you're just a consumer, all you believe in is consumerism, you don't know what's actually good, you play garbage. I'm happy. You're not. I win. You're like, it's not fucking rocket science. You're like living in your mom's basement, bitching about every single video game and how everything is woke and you hate everything, miserable all the time. I'm not. I play every fucking game that comes out and I love them. And I have fun. It's not fucking hard. Preaching to the choir, I know. A lot of community members who are like, we've heard you say this before, Brent. This is for the newbies.
Another maggot squad. Thought I heard you.
Just shut up and play. All you do is consume garbage. Have you ever heard that thing about one man's trash is another man's treasure? But you like slop. I bet you like McDonald's. I do like McDonald's and Burger King and Taco Bell and Wendy's and Sonic and Dairy Queen and just as much as I love a fucking 5-star meal at a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. I love all food. I do not discriminate between a fast food burger and a gourmet burger. Sometimes I want comfort food. Sometimes I want to spend $500 on something nice. Like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, we all love to eat. It's that simple. So simple. Cyberpunk totally has steering now. Cyberpunk totally has auto driving now. Optional. It's an optional thing when you play Cyberpunk now. Did I say Starfield? I meant to say Cyberpunk. I don't know if my brain gets wired. Cyberpunk 2077 now has automatic driving for cars. It is optional when you're in the car or on a motorcycle. You can hold the button. We just showed it off in our playthrough that we were doing before the holidays. It's not perfect. It'll run over civilians a lot, and you'll have crashes from time to time. But it is a pretty cool feature for people like me who suck at driving because we're playing on a controller. Because there's no driving assist. Oh, I totally use all of it. Even though it runs me into civilians and then the cops chase me, I'm like, whatever. It's still fun. But that's the thing, like, you could be a hater and just rant about how shitty the auto drive system is in Cyberpunk 2077 and how CD Projekt Red failed. You know, even though they implemented player feedback, you could rant about how they failed and how they suck as a company because they don't know how to do anything right. And it's like, that's what I was talking about though. Like, those people will always be angry no matter what these game studios do, because they have lost their sense of worth and they've lost that inner child and they're just consumed by bitterness and anger. It's sad. So play games for fun. I guarantee you your life will be much more enjoyable. You will be much happier. Play games for fun. You might wreck a few cars, yes. But they can't really be damaged, so it's not that big of a deal. Most content creators are absolutely angry for the views drip realm. I really do think it's a scam. It's, you know how certain content creators have a personality that they'll put on when they go stream? That's exactly what it is. They're doing it for views. I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. I haven't divulged this to anybody yet, and the full details will be coming very soon in a member video for our channel members on YouTube.
What are you doing that?
We're gonna be doing a social experiment very soon. Just very soon. I'm gonna be talking about it more in detail with our channel members on YouTube, so stay tuned. But essentially, we're gonna be doing a social experiment where I'm gonna pick some certain content creators who only ever make rage bait video, specifically about like Bethesda games. You know who I'm talking about. But there's a few people we're gonna pick, and I'm gonna go and we're gonna look at their videos, and I'm gonna be essentially the short version of this, without getting into too much details here. We're gonna take their videos, and we're gonna make our own version of them. But we're gonna make two versions. We're gonna make one version which is a mockumentary version, where we are going to appear to agree with them and create rage bait content. But then there's going to be stuff in the description that tells you that it's clearly not. But I guarantee you, people aren't going to read the description. They're going to go off of what they're seeing. They're going to go off the thumbnail, the title, and what the video talks about. And they're not going to pay attention to what it says in the description about this not being an actual thing. It's a parody. It's a mockumentary. Then we're going to make another video that's the exact opposite of that, where we're talking about things positively, etc. We're going to be doing this as a social experiment over a period of time. And when we're done, we're going to compare the results of the two different videos talking about the exact same topic. I think you'll be genuinely surprised by the results. And you're going to understand far better why certain content creators only create a certain type of content. This is insane! I'm just not impressed. My brutally honest thoughts. Just wait. More details soon. or something. So my favorite, if you paid attention, when Fable was first announced, this is a recent one. When Fable was first announced, they showed off a female character, and the internet went apeshit. Because, oh my god, female protagonist, the game is woke. And then they showed off the other day that you can make your character whatever you want to make your character. And it doesn't matter. My entire Instagram, TikTok algorithm across all of the Fable content that I've cut out over the past few days from the developer direct, it's just full of idiots talking about how the game's woke, it's a woke game, DEI garbage, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, do you realize that you can create a male character if you want to? It doesn't matter. They made up their mind 3 years ago that the game was woke garbage because it showed off a female protagonist. Just wait. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun little social experiment. Oh. I think one of the things we're going to do too is I'm going to get some custom candles made with the faces of the people we're mocking. And every time we do a video where I'm talking about a subject and we're talking about it negatively and we're doing the rage bait, I'm going to have a candle lit in honor of the person whose video we're mocking. And the people who are going to, if you just wait, you'll be able to watch the, you'll know what we're doing when we see the face of the person on the candle. It's gonna be fun. Just like I said, I'll have more details up in a channel video for our members on YouTube soon. Oh, his spirit's actually down here. What GPU am I have? What GPU do I have? I have the GPU that comes in the Xbox Series X. And it's amazing. I have no bugs, no performance issues. I can play the games I play, every game I play, out of the box. It's amazing.
Greetings, Shield brother.
Oh shit. I am supposed to take a break for my eyes, and I forgot about it again. I need to just set a timer. We're gonna take 5, everybody. Because I need to go stretch my eye muscles. Doctor's orders. We'll be back in a few minutes. In between, don't forget to follow along over on YouTube because everything in between the streams happens over there. But we are live on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick this morning. So you can watch where you prefer. Follow along in all the places. Don't forget the Discord, the Homestead channel. We've been documenting the rooftop build. We'll be back in a few.